Hello, welcome to Let's Go Abroad. Today we look at University of Luxembourg. I mentioned in the previous videos that if you want to study in the EU zone and you do not have the 12,000 euros per semester that is required maybe in other European countries, Luxembourg would be a good place to go. The University of Luxembourg, which is the biggest university in Lux, charges the same tuition fees for international students and the natives. The fee differs depending on the course. Like for a bachelor's degree in medicine, the fee is 400 euros per semester. That is quite affordable. It's cheaper than doing medicine in Kenya. For a bachelor's degree in nursing, the school fees is 400 euros per semester. A master's degree in accounting and audit is 1,600 euros per semester. A master's degree in finance and economics, the tuition fee is 12,000 euros per semester. Yes, so they charge the same fees for international students and for local students. So if you've been planning to move to the EU zone using a student visa, this would be the best opportunity for you. Why? As I have said, the tuition fee that you will pay at the University of Luxembourg is exactly the same as the citizens do, which means it is far much cheaper. Number two, when you're done with your studies at Luxembourg, maybe it was a master's degree that is 2 years, or maybe it was a bachelor's degree that is 3 years, 4 years, some are 3 years, most of them are 3 years, but you have some like in engineering which take about 4 years. You are allowed to stay for 1 year. They give you a document called a resident permit, looking for a job or looking for ways to start your own self-employment initiatives. Then after that 1 year, you now apply for another authorization now to stay as an employee or as somebody in business. So it becomes a very easy way to move to the Schengen countries or to move to the EU zone if you do not have a lot of money initially. Okay. The other thing to notice is that as a student, you are allowed to work for 15 hours per week. Okay. Not so good compared to other countries that give you 20 hours per week. But remember, during the holidays, they allow you to work 40 hours per week. You notice most of the countries do not have that differentiation. They give you 20 hours per week throughout, like you can't change anything. Yeah? For Lux, it is 15 hours per week when you are in session and 40 hours per week during holiday season, which becomes, at the end of the day is better for you. Okay. Yes. The other good thing is that the minimum wage in Luxembourg is quite high. It is 2,000 euros per month. Not 2,000 exact. It is 1,998.59. So definitely it is easier to round it off to 2,000 euros per month, which is a very good wage for somebody who is working. You'll be able to support yourself and you'll also be able to support the people who are back home. So how do you join the University of Luxembourg? First, it's a very competitive university, very competitive, because of course we are not the only Africans who know this. So many Africans look to join this university. So the first thing that you ask for yourself is, where are you in terms of language proficiency? Now, if you want to study a course like medicine or nursing, you need to prove that you understand English, you need to prove your understanding of French, and you need to prove your understanding of German language. That will be the trick to study nursing in Luxembourg. And why do they do that? They know that when you finish the degree or the training, you're going to serve their population. And what are the 3 main languages that they speak in Luxembourg? It's not English. English is a language that is spoken by the foreigners mostly. They have 3 official languages: German, French, and Luxembourgish. Yeah, that is their native language. Yeah? So for you to be admitted for nursing and also for you to be admitted to study medicine, they're very cheap courses. 400 euros per semester is cheaper than what we are paying in Kenya. But you need that language proficiency. So you will need to have done the IELTS exam, and you will also need to have done to the German language just to prove. So those are the documents that you attach. But most of the other courses do not need German. They do not need French. A master's degree in finance and economics is a degree that I encourage people to study there. That one I understand it like the back of my hand because I had a client who I applied for in that university. Yeah? It's taught in English. So what you will need will be the IELTS confirmation that you have a good understanding of the English language. Yeah? And the good thing with doing a master's in finance and economics in Luxembourg is that their economy is so strong, especially in the finance division. That means the possibility of you getting a job in the finance sector when you are done with your studies are very, very high. Very, very high. Actually, India is a country that has exported a lot of technocrats. India has exported a lot of people in finance and also in technology. Yeah? And if you do not have a master's degree in finance and economics and you want to immigrate, it would be recommended if you want to go to Luxembourg, you do a master's in finance and also in economics. Obviously, if that is your area. Then they also have a master's degree in accounting and audit. Kama wewe ni mtu hesabu purely. In accounting and in audit, there are also so many opportunities in that area, in that country. And the school fees is more affordable. It's 1,600 euros per semester. And I think that there are only 2 semesters for that. So in total, you pay 3,200. Yeah, 3,200 euros for the whole course. Then you get to stay in Luxembourg, get to establish yourself in Luxembourg, which, is not so much of a bad thing. Huh? Then the other thing to note is that for the applications, there is a shorter application window for non-EU citizens. For the non-EU citizens, you apply between February and April. So like for now, the 2025-2026 academic year, it has already been closed for the non-EU citizens. They started in February and they closed in April. But for the EU citizens, they do extend up to around July thereabout. Yeah. So if you're planning to apply, put a reminder on your phone next year February, because they don't open until 1st of February. That is when they open. You start the process of application. It's usually quite competitive, and it is only those who have a watertight case who are able to get positions. But as I told you in another video, it's not impossible. It's very, very possible. It's very, very possible. It's very doable. Yeah. The other thing to notice with the University of Luxembourg is that they do not have partnerships with agencies. Yeah? You see, like for our agent, how we work, we have partnerships with universities, especially in UK and in Hungary. Yeah? But University of Luxembourg does not have those partnerships. So what you can do is, if you want to work with an agency, you can work with them from a consultancy basis. They can handle your application and whatever, and they can give you advice, and they'll be able to know how to handle the end-to-end process, ensuring that you get the timely communication and the documentation. If the documentation is ordered and all is well, most likely you're going to get a position. The other thing to notice with the University of Luxembourg is that when you check their website, they'll always tell you the exact number of students that are required for each particular course. So it's not something like you are gambling, like we don't know how many we are. And if they tell you it's 50, like medicine, they take very few, yeah? So it's always specific for that number. They don't take foreigners, yeah? Not foreigners, I think they don't take more numbers, yeah? But the good thing to notice with the University of Luxembourg is that in Lux, there are so many foreigners, huh? They say about 60% of the population are foreigners. So even if their official languages are German and French, you'll find a very big population of people who are speaking English. And then the fact that they have embraced foreigners means that it is not such a hostile environment. Yeah? You know, anywhere you go in the world, even in our own country, if you go to a community that has embraced foreigners, you tend to feel safe. You tend to feel safe because you meet more other people who are foreigners like you, and you get a place where you can be embraced. Huh? And even your security, the level of racism is quite low. Yeah, in such kind of matters. Yeah, so I'm going to do another video of how to write a motivation letter if you want to do an application for University of Luxembourg. But first, check for the course that you want to study. Be sure that it is not a course that requires you also to understand German and French, because you will discover courses that require you to understand German and French. They are taught in 3 languages: English, German, and French. Huh? If it is a course that is purely taught in English and you're okay with that, although if you are okay with German and those language requirements, you just apply. Go ahead, yeah, and see how things are going to be for you. Yeah, so we are going to do another video of motivation letter. Thanks for watching this video. Kindly give us your support. Like the video, share with somebody, or even subscribe. Yeah, it's nice to have you. Bye.